Hey everybody, The Real Deal here. I've got these two Blu-rays that I'm really excited about. I wanted to open them up and show you. As you can see, it's the Frankenstein Legacy Collection and the Wolfman Legacy Collection. This is the first time most of these movies are available on Blu-ray. Frankenstein and Wolfman came out in a Universal Monster collection with the 8 main films like Dracula and the Mummy and that sort of thing. But this is the first time they're releasing a collection of all of the sequels on Blu-ray. I love these Universal Monster movies. I think they're really fun. And all the movies, most of them are about like an hour long, so you can get through them real quick. And they're really just classics of the genre, man. If you like horror movies or if you like classic movies, these are definitely worth looking at. I love the Wolfman stuff especially. Frankenstein's a classic too. Bride of Frankenstein's amazing. So it's really cool that we're getting all of these on Blu-ray. And I'm hopeful that these will sell really well and they'll do more collections. Dracula the Mummy. They haven't done Creature of the Black Lagoon. I guess they would have the Invisible Man collection. So let's hope that those come out on Blu-ray too. Now, there are a few caveats about these before I even open these up and see what they look like. So here, let's look at the Frankenstein collection, right? So you get 8 awesome movies. You get Frankenstein, Bride of Frankenstein, Son of Frankenstein, Ghost of Frankenstein, Frankenstein Meets the Wolfman, House of Frankenstein, House of Dracula, and what's really awesome, they even put Abbott and Costello Meet Frankenstein here, which is awesome. So that's the complete classic Frankenstein lineup. And Frankenstein, Bride and Frankenstein, bona fide classics. Son and Ghost, they're okay. They're not bad, but they're not amazing. Frankenstein Meets the Wolfman is awesome because it's the first time they meet and fight each other. House of Frankenstein is pretty cool. House of Dracula, it's all right. Abbott and Costello Meet Frankenstein, amazing. Awesome movies. But the caveat that I'm talking about is if you look at the Wolfman collection, okay, you get the Wolfman, and then you got some overlap. So you get House of Frankenstein, House of Dracula, Frankenstein Meets the Wolfman, and Abbott and Costello Meet Frankenstein are on both collections. And then with this one, you get Werewolf of London and She-Wolf of London, which are both awesome, but don't have anything to do with the other Wolfman stuff, and they don't cross over with the other Universal Monster movies, so they're kind of on their own. So it's kind of cool that they include them here. So, I mean, I understand why they did that, but it kind of sucks because, well, it's cool and it sucks at the same time, right? Because if you're a Wolfman fan, you can buy this, and that's great. You get all of these Wolfman movies, and you don't have to buy the Frankenstein collection to get, like, House of Frankenstein and House of Dracula and everything. But if you're like me, and you want all the Universal Monster movies, you buy both collections, and you're going to get some overlap there. So it is what it is. You know, maybe at some point they'll release a box set of all of the monster movies with all the sequels, and they'll have every movie just once. So just bear that in mind. You know, like I said, if you just care about the Frankenstein movies, just get this. You're all set. But if you like them both, well, you're going to get some doubles there. And you know, it is what it is. So, but the good news is going forward, if they release more of these, like there will be some overlap with Dracula. But then with like the Mummy and Invisible Man and the Creature, there shouldn't really be too much overlap. They don't really cross over as much. So it is what it is. I mean, I kind of wish it was just a box set with all of them, but that might be more expensive. So, you know, a lot of these bonus features, I didn't even really go over that. They've been on the DVDs and stuff, so I don't think there's really brand new bonus features on here. And it comes in a nice slipcase there, and let's see how they are. Okay. Well, so this is what I was hoping for. So Frankenstein, Bride and Frankenstein are separate. I think Bride of Frankenstein was part of that collection I was talking about earlier too. Son and Ghost are on a disc together. Frankenstein Meets the Wolfman, House of Frankenstein, and House of Dracula are all together, and then Abbott and Costello Meet Frankenstein is separate. So I'm not too broken up about these being on the same disc because the DVDs, some of them were on flipper discs, so that kind of sucked. And with these, The movies, like I said, they're only about an hour long, maybe a little bit more. So you can put a bunch of them on a Blu-ray disc, and you're not really going to necessarily suffer in the quality of the Blu-ray. So it's not like they're shoving 2.5 hour movies on there, and they got to compress it and everything. So they should look pretty good. I haven't actually, this is the first time I'm opening these up. I haven't really taken a look at them, but they should look pretty decent. So, and it's nice, simple artwork. It would have been cool to get some more artwork. You get Bride on there, and you get a little image of Frankenstein there. It would have been cool to have some other artwork on there. But yeah, you can see hour and 11 minutes, hour and 15 minutes. Son of Frankenstein's an hour and 40 minutes. But generally, they're pretty quick movies. So that's the Frankenstein collection. And then I'm sure the Wolfman collection probably looks pretty much the same. Let's carefully, there we go, so as not to destroy everything. So I would imagine that they're at least going to do a Dracula set, because I would imagine that would be their next most popular series. So you get the Wolfman, then it looks like obviously same discs, Frankenstein and Frankenstein meets Wolfman, House of Frankenstein, House of Dracula, same disc. Abbott and Costello meet Frankenstein, same disc. But then you get Werewolf of London and She-Wolf of London. So they just basically replicated 2 discs that you get in both collections there. So, I mean, again, it is what it is. But altogether, I think these are pretty nice sets. I think if you're a Universal Monster fan, you should definitely pick these up, especially if you want to see the rest of them come out, because I'm sure if these sell well, they'll go ahead and make sure they do the rest of these. And maybe eventually they'll do a box set. I don't know if they will. If you're really broken up about getting doubles of some of those movies on these sets, maybe wait and see if they do a box set. It doesn't really bother me that much, because I love these movies and I want to support their Blu-ray releases of these, so they do more. So I bought these. I think they're nice sets overall, and I do like the option that if you only care about Frankenstein, you can buy this one, because when these came out on DVD, they didn't double up the movies, but if you wanted the Wolfman stuff, you had to buy the Frankenstein movies because they crossed over. Which is cool. I love that they cross over, though. I think this is really, I don't know if it's the first, but it's definitely one of the first shared movie universes. Marvel Comics had huge success building a shared universe. But, 70 years ago, Universal was doing that with their monster movies, and it's awesome that they all start to cross over, and Frankenstein and Dracula and Wolfman are all together, and they're all fighting, and it's just awesome, fun stuff. So I definitely recommend these movies. I think they're great. If you haven't seen them, pick one of these up. My favorite is the Wolfman series. Frankenstein is really awesome too, though. So I definitely recommend both of these. I think you should pick them up and you should watch them all. Have a nice Universal Monster marathon. I think you will enjoy them. So I think these are good sets to pick up. That's my verdict, really. I think you should get them. Again, if you're real broken up about the double discs, then wait, maybe they'll do a box set. Or maybe you can get them both on sale for real cheap, and then those double movies won't really matter that much. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. I've got lots of other videos on the channel, so check them out. Check out the DVD and Blu-ray playlist I have, because I've opened up lots of other stuff. And plus I've got tons of vinyl figures too, so I hope you watch those. And check out the links in the description for the other stuff I'm up to on eBay, Facebook, Twitter, Patreon. And I hope you like and subscribe and share. Thank you so much for watching. Keep on collecting.